Hey! Good morning, everybody. I just got off the road. I did the night shift last night. This particular run, you guys, is running very behind. The truck broke down on me when I was in San Antonio last week. I was running good, doing very good, running early and everything, and I was already on the yard in San Antonio, and engine light, stop light, everything started flashing on the dashboard. So 4 hours later I was back out on the road, but so it caused the whole thing to be behind. But anywho, so that's why I had to do the night shift last night. Also, that's why I haven't did very many videos in the truck, because I've been running at night, and I'm thinking, ain't nobody going to see anything at night. If you notice a couple of my past videos, I was in the truck and I was sitting at a rest area doing the videos, and that's because I had time. You know, I was running good. You know, we wasn't late, wasn't nothing running behind or anything like that. So I had time to do a little 15-minute video. It wasn't no big deal, but here lately, I haven't had time to do that. So, but I've always said I never wanted my channel to be strictly just about trucking. I mean, I just like doing the videos. There's kind of a lot of trucking videos, so I just will, I'll, say and do as much as what have you, but, I just want mine to be a variety of a lot of different things, not just, one particular thing. But I was sitting there thinking, it's funny, driving at night, you have a lot of time to think, and especially, I travel from Dallas to San Antonio. I've said that several times, and there's a lot of traffic and construction when you're traveling from Dallas to San Antonio down 35. I mean, a lot. And a lot of times when the load is running behind like that, the company will give us permission to take the turnpike, the 130. It's from Georgetown, Texas, and it will take you down to Austin, and it will get you past the Austin traffic, Round Rock, Texas, and all that, and get you down to San Antonio. So a lot of times, so here lately for the last few weeks, I've been taking 130 south and 130 north coming back to Dallas, and it saves a little bit of time from all the traffic. But at night, they're doing mostly construction, so sometimes they narrow it down to one lane. But last night was pretty cool. It was pretty okay. They shut the highway. They have the freeway closed right there right before you get into Austin. It's like exit 232, and they detour everybody off, and you take like the frontage road and then get back on 35 or whatever. So it wasn't number 2 seconds on and off. It wasn't no long line or anything like that. But rolling last night, I had a lot of time to think, and so I was like, okay, I can do a video on this. And the one thing I was thinking about is everything that I shied away from or fought against ended up happening to me. For example, I remember when I was in trucking school at Roadmasters, our instructors talked about endorsements and all these different types of things, and I was sitting there, green rookie. I'm like, I'm not getting all that. I'm just gonna pull a 53-footer. I'm not gonna do all that extra stuff, what have you. I ended up getting all my endorsements and ended up pulling doubles at FedEx Ground for 2.5 years. So I just was totally against it and ended up doing it anyway. Then I remember when I was at Swift, once I had about 6 months to a year in, a lot of my friends was like, oh, you should become a mentor. There's a lot of, females that want to have a female mentor instead of a male mentor, and female mentors are in demand. And I think that's still the case as of today. With all trucking companies, female mentors are always in high demand. At that time, I was like, no, I don't want, because I love to sleep, and I can imagine trying to get some sleep, and a student is driving that truck, and I'm back there trying to get some sleep. I'm like, no, not gonna happen, not at all. And ended up, when I was at FedEx Ground, I had a 7-year co-driver that was, been trucking for 7 years. He was my co-driver for about a year and a half. I mean, for a long time when I was at FedEx. He fell asleep behind the truck, behind the wheel. We was going up we was going across 40, and I'll tell that story. That's a whole nother video. But he fell asleep, ran us off the road. I was in a sleeper and shook me around pretty bad. Okay, so so I didn't have to worry about a student. It was a veteran driver, which you would consider a veteran driver, that fell asleep. So that just goes to show that, you know, even veteran drivers make mistakes out here too. So not just rookie drivers or anything like that. And so I was like, okay, so you know, I didn't want to do mentoring. I didn't want to do all that because I was thinking somebody gonna run me off the road. It ended up being somebody that was seasonal. That was a seasoned driver, I'm sorry. Then I remember thinking, when I was in Swift, I loved being by myself. You know, I was a solo driver. I was like, you know, and I used to hear about people running team and stuff like that. I was like, no, I never want to run team, whatever. I want to be by myself. It's just me. I love being by myself and all that. And then when I ended up moving to Dallas and ended up going to FedEx Ground, FedEx, you know, 90% of their runs are team because they don't want the truck to stop. So I ended up going to FedEx Ground where I ran team, and I ended up liking team more than I did anything. That was so funny. It was just so weird. I was like, I didn't believe that I would really like team, but I kind of liked having somebody in the truck with me. As much as I say that I'm a loner, which I think that I am, there are times I can be alone. I can be by myself, don't get me wrong. But there are times that I do like company. So I can go either way, but I really enjoy team. And I had, you know, several different teammates. So, and I thought I would never want to run team. I also was big against having a female teammate. No, I don't want to run team with no females. No, you know, and some females will know why for obvious reasons. But I ended up running team when I went to pull mail at a company here in Dallas. And the young lady who I ran team with, we hit it off perfectly. And we are still good friends to this day. Matter of fact, she was in my my trucking video, the GATS trucking video. I think she was like the second person I showed in that video. Tracy, I call her Trey. We've been friends for about a year now, but when we ran team, she was my first female teammate, and I was like totally against running teams with a female, and we turned out to be perfect, you know, perfect together. So that was cool. Let me see. Oh, also when I first got to Dallas, I was never here. I was always on the road. So when I would come back into Dallas, most of the time I would just get a hotel room and just do a 34-hour reset, because that's pretty much all you were doing, is just a 34-hour reset. So I would just get a room, wash some clothes, get some sleep, and next thing you know, 34 hours later, we're back out on the road. Well, I ended up getting on a run where I was starting to be back in Dallas every other day. Well, that was going to become a little bit more expensive. So I wasn't paying for any hotel for like every other day. So my best friend was like, you ought to, you know, look into getting, you know, living with a roommate. I was like, no, I don't want a roommate. I'm not going to live with anybody. I don't want to do that. I was totally against it, y'all. I was totally against it. Like, no, I'm not living with anybody. So I go on Craigslist, which is where I found my FedEx Ground job, on Craigslist here in Dallas. I went on Craigslist and I was, you know, did some research. And like, you know, I was like, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this or not. And, you know, I contacted a few people. Well, it was one young lady that stood out. And so I shot her my information. She called me. We were on the phone the very first time. We were on the phone for like an hour and a half. I was on the road and she called me, and right away we just started talking like we've been knowing each other for years, y'all. And I am still roommates with her to this day. I think this is what, 5 years later. And so, but I totally was against it in the beginning. I'm like, no, I don't want no roommate. But economically, it did make sense. Even though I was still back in Dallas every other day, I was still gone mostly. So I didn't want to pay rent and bills or what have you at a place that I just was not going to be at all the time. So it made sense to have a roommate instead, to find a roommate and live with them instead of, having my own place to myself, which I still was not going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So that worked out perfectly. I mean, and we are truly roommates. We are truly roommates. We do not get in each other's way. She doesn't have kids. Of course, my child is 21 years old, on his own, doing his own thing. So, I'm barely there. I remember telling her when I first moved in, I said, you're going to love me as a roommate because I'm going to barely be here. And she was like, whoa, you were absolutely right. Every time I was leaving out the door, I was gone. I was gone for weeks and this, that. She's like, oh my God, you were absolutely right. You're not here as much as I thought you were going to be. I was like, no, I'm really not. With this job that I just started in April with this company, I'm home every day. This is probably the most she's seen me in the whole 5 years that I've been there, that we've seen each other this much. So still pretty cool. But it's, now that I'm home every day, it is, I'm older. I kind of do want my own space. You kind of grow out of the room or what have you, and you start accumulating more things and what have you. So we'll see what happens, what have you. Because the reason why I'm so hesitant is because I know me, I'm kind of very undecisive at times. And there are moments that I miss being over the road. And I know how quick I will be to go back out over the road. And if I was to go back out over the road, I would choose to run team, because I like it. I like running team. I like the truck constantly going. If I was to ever go back out as a solo driver, oh my God, I would probably be like some of my other lady truckers I see, I watch videos on, who has a pet on the truck, like a little dog or what have you. That would be so me. That would be so me. I love little dogs. I love them to death. And that would be me. I would have to have some sort of companion on the truck, like a little Shih Tzu or, what's those other little dogs? I think they're terriers, those little terriers or something, little toy dogs or whatever, little bitty dogs. That would be so me. That would be me. That's if I was to ever go back out solo. But, so, as of right now, per this video, let me just say this. I don't ever see myself owning a truck or being an owner operator. I've seen the pros and cons of that. And as of now, I don't think I have the discipline enough to be an owner operator. But remember this video. Because the very thing I talk against or speak against, I end up doing. You know what I'm saying? So, would I like to be my own boss someday? Absolutely. Of course. Who wouldn't want to be their own entrepreneur, have your own business? Of course you do. I mean, that's what you want to do. But there are other avenues that I'm learning, that is, in the trucking world, that is not necessarily behind the wheel, that I'm also looking into. So I can definitely say that YouTube has really helped me in a lot of ways as far as growth. A lot of things that I never thought about, that I will even be considering, that I would even think about is going through my mind now. I'm learning so much by watching a lot of your guys' videos, and what I learn from your videos, I still go and do my own research and read up on it myself, and I'm like, wow, So I'm just saying, I like, one thing about doing videos is kind of like journaling. I'm the type of person, I love to write things down. I love to journal. So I guess vlogging is pretty much kind of doing the same thing. You're just doing a video journal. So I would love to look back on this video like a year from now, see where I am. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, I'm about to head into CVS. I know you guys are like, dog, she's always at a CVS. Well, oh my God, you guys, I love running into a store and running out. I don't like going to the super center and all that with the lines along. They only got like 2 cashiers. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Man, I mean, it has to be really serious for me to go into a super center. I mean, if it's not that serious, I'll pay the extra 50 cents or what have you for my body wash to pick it up at a CVS. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna run in here, grab me some breakfast, go home, and go to sleep. Like I said, I drove through the night, so I'm kind of a little tired, just a little bit. And then I'll wake up later, probably catch up on some of you videos, do some more research, some more reading. I have a few more videos in mind that I want to do. So probably tomorrow, next day, what have you, I'm going to write these things down so I can keep up with what it is I'm trying to do. So I will do more videos in the next few days, hopefully. Let's pray about it. Anywho, please hit the like button, subscribe, share. I'm still looking at a lot of videos of new people that are new to me. Let me just say that. They're not new on YouTube. They're just new to me. So I'm really enjoying a lot of other videos. So you guys be safe out there. Love you. Virtual hug. Have a good day. Have a good Sunday. Love you. Bye.